Welcome to Unity Inspired Living. Our community began in 1989 as a small worldwide Unity book study group, and we've continued the momentum as an ever-evolving spiritual community. Each Sunday, you will find dynamic thought leaders delivering inspiring messages and talented musicians sharing sound healing through their melody. Here, we embrace ancient spiritual traditions, universal truths, and emerging wisdom. Let's check out this Sunday message. We're so grateful you've joined us. Sacred Sunday blessings. My name is Amy Van Ling, and it is my joy to be here each and every week. I am grateful to be in loving service as a spiritual director of this community. Thank you for being with us. We co-create this space, and we are so excited to do that together. Our theme this month is Trusting Life in the Moment. And I love the words from Alan Watts. He says, the meaning of life is just to be alive. And it's like a reminder for us that we don't have to strive to figure everything out as much as we just need to experience it and be with it. And trusting life in the moment means letting go of the need for control, certainty, and just allowing ourselves to fully inhabit each step, each breath, each heartbeat, and stop forcing meaning into everything and allow ourselves to trust and discover that in all the realness, rawness, it's enough. Life is beautiful. So today we are being with that theme of trust and trusting life in the moment. And today, diving into this theme, we are blessed with the presence of a man who embodies the light of truth and compassion, and he definitely trusts life in the moment. Cornelius O'Shaughnessy is here to guide us through an exploration of living in the now, how to immerse yourself in this moment. And it's easier said than done, I would say. There is going to be a time after the service today for Q&A, for a deeper dive into this discussion. Our workshop link is on our website, unityinspiredliving.org. So when we conclude here, we'll pop over to that link, and everybody is welcome in there to come and ask questions and talk to Cornelius today. So thank you, Cornelius, for saying yes. He is zooming in with us from the UK. We're grateful to see you again. It's been a while, like a year.
My pleasure. Yeah, no, it has been. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
So we also have on our screen, and you need to prepare yourselves for an extraordinary musical journey. And we have Brittany Gilmore here, and she brings us a depth of talent and heart, and it will resonate deeply. Her music resonates deeply in our souls. So allow that to happen. Allow the music to carry you into a space of peace and connection and divine harmony. Brittany does that so very well. So thank you, Brittany, for saying yes and being with us here from the LA area. I love how Zoom allows us to all come in from all different places and be together. So thank you for saying yes and being here. We also have, many of you know this beautiful face on the screen, Jan Knight. She is extraordinary. She is shining and brilliant, and her heart is so precious to us. Thank you, Jan, for being here. She's here to share our selected inspirational reading and share our community announcements and our prayer of plenitude. So thank you, beloved, for saying yes. And it is with deep gratitude that we welcome you into this space. So grateful for your presence. So grateful for you. So thank you for coming in here. Let me see. Oh, yay. Now I see lots of comments. This is what I love. I know everybody's here then. Nancy's here. She says, good morning. So happy to see you all and becoming inspired. Luinda's here. She says, good morning, Amy, Jan, Brittany, Cornelius, and everyone. Jennifer is here. She says, happy Sunday blessings, everyone. Welcome, Cornelius, Brittany. Thank you, Amy and Jan, for your continued love and dedication to our precious community. Indeed. Dennis is here. He says, howdy. Hi, Dennis from New York. He's on my time zone, East Coast. Yay. Okay, I'm so grateful to see everybody logging in. As you enter our sacred space here, I invite you to take that cleansing, intentional inward breath of the Spirit and just know that you are the face of God, choosing choosing to be the hands of God, have a heart of service and love, and acknowledging, choosing that higher beingness, that higher vibration, and loving and stepping into the alignment with all the goodness, greatness, and glory. So feel into that as we tune in to um, our inner knowing and our peace, and to our joy, yes, and our oneness with God. So thank you for being in our space this morning. We are going to open with our community song. Brittany has that for us. So I'm going to hand the screen over to Brittany, and she is going to take us away. Remember that music and singing can clear energy spaces in our body. Maybe you call them chakras, moves energy through us, opens our throat space. So sing along. Nobody can hear you. You're at home. I always look and make sure I'm on mute. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, and so lovely to be here as always. And everything Amy just said, please sing along. If you don't know all of the words, you'll be able to pick up on the chorus. It's just, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of a dream I left behind. I am light. 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 I am not mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my weight. My soul inside is all light. All light. I am 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 divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am light.
Always a favorite of ours. Thank you, Brittany, for
Thank you
bringing
so
us.
much.
Yeah, we love that one.
We are light.
Yes, yes. Thank you for affirming. Yes. I say yes. Good morning, beloveds. I see you all logging in. Thank you for your notes, your messages, your love. We are grateful to be here with you. We are going to hand the screen over here to Jan. She has our inspirational reading and some community announcements for us. Thank you, beloved Jan.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Oh, I'm telling you, Brittany, I love that song. It's a song that I when I go to the beach and I'm doing my journaling, and I always start with that. I just sit there and sing it out loud and, just gets carried away in the wind. I just love that song. Thank you so much for bringing it to us this morning. So I'm going to give you a few announcements. Do them as quickly as I can. Amy has really started out with the announcements, but just be sure to join Cornelius after the service for our community connection on the Zoom site. And you want to do this because it'll be a deeper dive into the conversation that he's going to start during the talk. So you want to be sure you come in for that, and you can find it on our unityinspiredliving.org website, and you can find the link. And Amy, I think, will put it in the chat as well, our own link, so that everybody can go in and get that. And then a special thank you to everybody who joined us yesterday. We had a wonderful windy reunion back at Veterans Park, and it was a really special connection because we had all had the opportunity to select books and spend a little time looking through the books from our center, and we found quotes and stories and little paragraphs in those books that expressed our ideas about trusting life in the moment. And so it was a great share and an opportunity to reconnect. So thanks everybody who was there. We missed those of you who couldn't attend. And we have two events coming up. The May monthly meandering, we call it, the monthly meandering, is going to be the Brentwood Community Chorus, and our own Kathy Culler is in that. And that's happening. Their spring concert is the Music We Share, and it's happening on Saturday, May 31st at 2 o'clock. You can either get tickets online or you can get tickets to the event in person. And if you really are confused about it, you can call Kathy or you can call me. And you want to get tickets for that probably as soon as possible, if you can go online to do that. Also, if you're interested in the second event that's coming up on May 31st, a sound bath healing. And if any of you have been to that, been to those before with Libby, she's just an incredible sound path healing leader, and it's just beautiful with the crystal bowls, and it's an amazing experience. It's right here in Brentwood, and it's going to be Saturday evening, May 31st at 6:30, and it's going to be at her private residence. And you can call her at 925-628-8405. And maybe Amy will put that in the chat as well. Or you can go to soundquestintuitivearts.com, or you can call me, but you have to be sure to RSVP for that. It's a very small group, 12 people. And then mark your calendar for Sunday, June 1st, because Amy's coming. Amy will be here with our June theme, Beyond Thought. So we're looking forward to that. And be sure to bring your recyclables for that. And we hope you stay connected and keep reading our weekly connections that come out on Wednesday evening, and keep connected with our inspiredliving.org website and our Facebook page, Unity Inspired Living. So you've got lots of opportunities. Stay connected, and we're so happy you're with us today. So with that, I'm moving on to the inspirational reading. And as Amy said, our theme is trusting life in the moment. I found a lot of different possible readings, and I picked the one about faith. So it's from an old old daily word, and it's called patience. With faith, I exhibit patience in every situation. The foundation of patience is faith, and the practice of being present in the moment is faith with practice of being present in the moment. I remind myself to be patient with myself and with others. I cannot rush the changing seasons. I cannot hurry the development of a baby or rush the hands on a clock. Patience helps support my well-being. of being in the moment. Maintaining a calm demeanor allows divine life to flow through me. If I feel impatient, I take breaths and remember that only I can adjust how I'm reacting in the moment. I affirm things will work out in divine order, even if the results do not occur within my preferred time frame. With faith, I exhibit patience in every situation, in every moment. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you for always bringing us such an inspiring reading. We're grateful. Patience is important. I also wanted to say that the sound healing event is on our events page on our website, Unity Inspired Living, on the event tab, and I also dropped it here in the chat. So there are only a few spots, so RSVP if you want to be there. So thank you, Jan, for all of that. We are so grateful for you and all that you bring to us. We are going to hand the screen right back over to Brittany for another song this morning. Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, and thank you, Jan. That was beautiful. This next song is another song by the same artist that we did our community song, India Ari. And Jan, you were saying you use that song a lot for when you're at the beach and you're journaling. I love that one. And this one I discovered this year, and I've been kind of starting my day with it lately, just putting on the recording of her singing it. And it's just affirmation after affirmation of who we are and what we are in this life. So this is called I Am. Welcome magic and wonder, brilliance and grace. Welcome joy and satisfaction, pleasure and strength. Welcome essence, beauty, presence, time, spirit, form, and space. Welcome excellence in every blessing, sacred and pray. What I seek, I have. What I want to know, I understand. All I wish I could, I can. Who I want to be, I am. Welcome magic and wonder, brilliance and grace. Welcome joy and satisfaction, pleasure and strength. Welcome essence, beauty, presence, time, spirit, form, and space. Welcome excellence and every blessing, sacred and pray. I am the seed and I am the tree. I am the flower, I am the bee. I am the fire, I am the wind. I accept love and also I give. I am loud and I am mighty. I am silent and I tread lightly. I am brave and monumental. I am modest and I am gentle. I am student and I teach. I am the sand and I am the beach. I am ease and I am power. I am the bridge and I am a tower. I am reason, I am wild. I am mother, I am child. I am many, I am few. I am God and God is you. What I seek, I have. What I want to know, I understand. All I wish I could, I can. Who I want to be, I am. What I seek, I have. What I want to know, I understand. All I wish I could, I can. Who I want to be,
See what I mean about Brittany and her music?
Thank you so much.
Wow.
It is totally my honor.
We're grateful. Wow, that was amazing. And everything's a little delayed, so I know all the messages about the song are going to be coming in, and all the messages came in about the reading. Jan, what a great selection it was. Beautiful message. Carol says, perfect reading. Thank you. Jennifer says, thank you, Jan. Good reminder of being in the moment. So lots of love for the reading. And Michael J says, I am. I love it, Brittany. Yes, I affirm. That was a great choice. Another beautiful song. Yes, indeed. Thank you. That was very tender. Grateful for you. Okay, we are going to hand the screen back over to Jan. Jan has our prayer of plenitude this morning. Thank you, beloved.
Yes. Oh, I'm telling you, Brittany, yes, your selections are perfect. And she says it all, doesn't she?
She
Oh,
does.
incredible. Okay. So right now we're going to take a few breaths and go within and concentrate on our plenitude. So I invite you to join me now as we move into a space of oneness with Spirit. So take a deep breath and release it and let's quiet our minds and open to the great realization of an abundant universe. We recognize that there is an unseen presence for good that creates all life out of itself for the purpose of expressing more of itself as life. This one life lacks nothing. We are one with this life, inseparable from love, peace, divine power, beauty, joy, light, and limitless supply on this planet we call Earth. We embrace this truth and align our consciousness with divine order and balance expressed through the givingness of spirit and the receptivity within our core. While we may be faced with human conditions that awaken our vulnerability, we remember to quiet ourselves and connect with an inner stillness that is grounded in the divine flow of giving and receiving. We practice gratitude for all of life's gifts, and we accept there is more coming our way. We align and operate from our divine nature to give freely from a compassionate heart to ourselves and others, assured that we are never void. We discard any distractions that begin with what if and replace this lack thinking with affirming something better is unfolding for us. We set our intention to engage in right action that attracts opportunities to prosper. We affirm our worthiness, our capabilities. We are willing to move our feet beyond comfort and try something new. We operate with courage to see ourselves as abundant beings. We reframe our self-images. We know we are included. We are willing to show up and be our larger self, supported along the way by spirit. One life, one spirit operating through each one of us. We accept inner strength to show up and feel included. We are willing to be the life of spirit in action. We are each a very, very grateful spirit, expanding in this human life. We are gratefully succeeding in stepping forward to our greater good. And so it is. Thank you.
Jan, that was beautiful. Thank you for bringing that to us this morning. We're grateful for the prayer and for you. Okay, we're back to Brittany for our final song to wrap up this portion of the morning. Thank you, beloved.
Thank you. That felt really good. That was really nice to receive. Thank you for that. This next song I'm going to play, you will likely recognize. I don't totally know why I picked this one today, but this song has always touched my heart. I think it's a really pure expression of love, whether that's romantic or not. Love is love is love is love is love. And that's really what it's all about. For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, the sun will be shining. 'Cause I feel when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. To you, I'd give the world. To you, I'll never be cold. 'Cause I feel when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's right. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And I wish you all the love in the world. But most of all, I wish it from myself. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. Thank you so much. I hope that you felt that pure expression of love with that song.
So back to what I said in the beginning about the depth of talent and the heart and what resonates deeply. This is Brittany Gilmore. Thank you, beloved. You are such a beautiful expression of the light. Thank you for bringing you to us. Thank you, Jan, for bringing your precious soul. Thank you both for activating this space this morning for us with joy and inspiration and a real deep richness. I feel it. We are grateful for your tenderness, for your hearts. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. We'll see you on this side of the the technology. Lots of love coming in too. Welcome in, everybody. I am so thrilled to be here this morning with this amazing soul in front of us, Cornelius O'Shaughnessy. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him for those of you getting to know him. And there's a much longer bio on his website, and we'll find all that out later. For now, you need to know Cornelius O'Shaughnessy. For almost 30 years, Cornelius has explored the mind, meditation, Buddhism, Christianity, shamanism, Advaita Vedanta, Sufism, and other pathways to enlightenment. His studies have shown him that no religion or philosophy has a monopoly on the truth, and that all are attempts to describe what is ultimately indescribable. I absolutely love that. Thank you for that. Cornelius shares a coming together of all that he has discovered in a grounded, approachable, and often amusingly direct way. His words have the power to radically transform your perception of reality. True. Cornelius, in his heart, is a committed Christian, Buddhist, Vedantist, shamanic practitioner, and he teaches through all of these lenses, effortlessly switching heads as though going from communicating in one language to another. What becomes apparent is that while there is a change in language, his message remains the same. Love and service, love for life, reality, God, for the holy ones, for others, for animals and the earth, and service to them. His religion is love. And that is the truth about this amazing man. And we are so grateful that you said yes to us and that you're here to share your heart, your wisdom, and all of your abundance, your richness, your fullness, your expansive language that you speak love through. I'm going to pray us in and then hand the screen over. So if you feel inclined to close your eyes or take a deep inhale and just be in the gratitude of for this day, for this moment, for this sacred gathering, for this community, we breathe in gratitude and get present with this center in this now. We recognize that there is only one life, one power, one loving intelligence at the heart, at the core of all things. And this life lives and breathes in us, through us, as us. We are radiant expressions of the divine, of the light. We bless Cornelius, knowing that he is guided by spirit and anchored in truth. And we open our hearts and our minds to receive the inspiration that flows through him, and knowing that this message is timely and true and transformative, we say yes. We give thanks for the gift of divine expression and the blessings in this now moment. And we release this prayer into perfect trust. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Namaste. Thank you, Cornelius. Take us away.
Hello. Again, I love the introductions that you do to your talks. I think all the things that have been said and sung, they kind of brought us into the moment. We could probably sit here for just 25 minutes and rest in it. It's very good. I think through the prayer and the different songs, it shows us a way to get into presence. Also identifying some of the obstacles to getting into presence, which is the now. Often with music, it takes our attention away from our thoughts. And then when the words are pointing to this I am, they're pointing to presence, they're pointing to love. You know, love is an amazing tool to get into the now. You know, when we love, we let go. When we love, we're in trust. When we love, we're full. When we love, we're not seeking. And all of these things separate us from presence. Love brings us back into it. Trust brings us back into it. Patience brings us back into it. Lots of people forget about patience, but actually half the problems we have in our mind with being outside of the now are actually caused by us not having patience with our life, trying to change outcomes, constantly thinking, problem solving. So yeah, that was a wonderful introduction to this work. So yeah, being in the now. I don't just want to talk to you about being in the now. I want you to use this time to experientially dive into the now, because there's lots of words that I'll be using, but they're all just pointers to help you bring you into this state of presence. So as there's gaps in what I'm saying, as there's a silent moment, rather than run with your thinking, just start to be in this moment. Be present with what's arising. Consciously remove the obstacles to falling into that state of presence. The thoughts, the emotions, the attachments, the stories in the mind, all take us away from what's happening in this moment. Our resistance to what's arising. I've got two cats here. Sometimes they're noisy, sometimes they're not. They seem to be quite quiet now. But when they are noisy, they're noisy. And that is the present moment. We have to, if we want to fall into a state of presence, we have to stop inflicting our desires onto the moment. Desirelessness takes us into this present moment, to allow everything to be as it is. And in doing this, we overthrow our ego. Our ego is this inner story. It's I want, I want, I want, I want. And how long's that been going for you all? And how well has it been going? If you, like me, you've realized it's a never-ending train. When you were 7 years old, you wanted the doll or the toy or the truck or whatever, and that was and then it moved on to the Nintendo or the Sega or PlayStation or whatever they've got going on now. And then as you get older, it's love and success and money and work and all of these things. And it's fine to want all of those things, but actually they can, if we let them, consume us, and they take us away from being in a state of trust, being in a state of presence, and being in the now. So we often talk about being in the now. We enjoy the concept of it, but we often don't look at all of these obstacles that are arising in our minds. And it's only by meeting these and understanding these and liberating our mind from these that we can fall into this state of presence. And presence is really the only place where we can find God, where we can find the truth about reality. Reality as it is presenting itself to you all the time. And we develop ways in our minds to interpret that, to, as Amy was saying, apply meaning onto everything, apply labels onto everything, apply desires onto everything. And actually it's this that's taking us away from reality, taking us away from this moment. Really deep down, when you're searching for all those things, when you're seeking, when you're chasing after pleasure or the next thing that you want, what you're ultimately looking for is a moment of peace, isn't it? What you're ultimately looking for, when you get what you want, when the desire is extinguished, you feel that sense of release, that sense of peace. But it's always something more, always something more. And then we encounter the spiritual part, and that's where all the trouble starts. we may find something that gives us a moment of presence, and then we're like, this is it, this is the truth, and nothing else is, and I'm going to cling to this, and this is the only way in, and there's nothing else that'll do it. And then we can develop a real dogmatic set of ideas around our spiritual experiences. So we have to be careful when we're moving in this spirituality, that we move lightly, that we move without dogma, that we actually are able to solve the problem of not feeling at one with things, to solve the problem of separation. We can only do that by overthrowing all of these labels, ideas, all of these concepts. So as we sit, bring yourself into this state of present moment awareness where you are. Realize that the thoughts, the emotions, your ego, your desires are all being imagined by the mind. We often think when we wake up in the morning that the mind is awake now and not dreaming. But actually we daydream, don't we? This reality is so immense, so immersive, that we often find that very challenging. And the temptation is to keep seeking, to keep trying to sense make, to find the right answers, to get the things that we want. And yet none of it brings us peace. So seeing that it's all imagined in your mind, there's no reason why it should be impacting you, why it should be affecting you. Coming deeply into just the experience of what's arising. Don't try and stop your mind creating thoughts and ideas and concepts. Just remove the value away from them. It's just a very simple experience of being aware. In every moment, there's awareness. Notice how the sounds, the thoughts, the emotions are coming and going. That awareness is always present. Notice how awareness is already not telling stories. Notice how awareness is so different to thought. It's not trying to filter everything, to claim it, to know it. It's not seeking, it just is. When we see ourselves as awareness, then we're always in the present moment. It's only when we step outside of that that we find ourselves outside of presence. Notice how your awareness is effortlessly and unconditionally illuminating everything that's coming and going. That your mind and your thoughts may say, this sound is preferred, this sound isn't, this sensation in the body is wanted, this isn't. But awareness isn't retreating from anything that's being experienced. It's just present with what's arising. So what is it that separates us from the present moment? It's stepping outside of this. Stepping outside of reality. The moment we do, we sense there's a problem, and we're grasping and clinging at all these different things to try and solve that problem. We don't think just to let go, be, and surrender. When you start seeing through the thoughts, the emotions, the concepts, and coming to awareness, we see a very different version of ourselves. See if you can discover where awareness is arising from, where it begins and where it ends. Your whole experience is saturated with awareness, but you can't quite point to where it is. Notice how your awareness is not physical. It's a very subtle thing, isn't it, awareness? But if you investigate it, when you're saying I, you're not really talking about the thoughts or the emotions. You're talking about what is it that's experiencing those thoughts and emotions. You're pointing to awareness. It's just that somehow the mind doesn't recognize that. It experiences who we are as thought and emotion,
this sea of chaos and change. We try and stabilize that, but how can you stabilize thought? It's a dead loss. How can you stabilize something which is in a constant state of flux and change? So we have to correct this lack of self-knowledge, lack of understanding, lack of realization into our own underlying nature. Notice how your awareness is not aging or decaying. While the thoughts are shifting and changing and the emotions more so, your awareness is changeless. And it's here we find divinity. Already there, resplendent. No need to transform or change or any of this business. When we begin to look at the qualities of awareness within our own direct experience, we notice these are divine qualities. The subtlety, the changelessness, the expansive nature is already yours. So rather than struggling to get into the present moment, actually understanding this, seeing how the mind works and coming back to the reality of who we are, and naturally you're in presence. Naturally you're in the present moment. And here we're looking at our own direct experience. And the interesting thing is that from our own direct experience of reality as it is here and now, we enter into that state that all of the saints and the sages were in, and the prophets in the deserts and in the jungles and throughout history. There may be lots of religions and ideas that have sprung from them, but they all arrived at their realization through coming to their own direct experience, stilling their own mind through this self-knowledge. And this coming to our own awareness doesn't just resolve our problems dissolve in this. As you begin to see that awareness is not shifting and changing, then more and more, it doesn't quite matter what experiences are arising. The reason why we resist experiences and we chase some things and run away from others is because we feel that we're so impacted by them on some deep level. There really needs to be a lot of panic around what's being experienced. And it's only when we come to awareness and we see its changelessness, we start to see, actually, we're not being affected by what's arising. Thought is, and emotion is, just like the ocean on the surface, all the waves are chopping and it can be so dangerous, we can't sail across it. But at the very deepest layer of the ocean, deep, deep down, that stillness is there, isn't it? And our own experience is very much like this awareness, our own direct experience. And it can't be captured by words. I'm trying to do it here, aren't I? But I'm doing a very bad job. I can only point. I can only point. I'm not able to grasp hold of it. And that's how beautiful reality is. Religions, philosophies, and ideas create a path of this terrain, but it's always only a map. And the map is not the terrain. When we come to our own direct experience, we're looking at the terrain. We're looking at the actuality of who we are. And it takes us into this place where we enter into this direct experience. And through that lens of direct experience, which is beyond all ideas and thoughts and constructs, we enter into the place of this divine experience. And ironically, paradoxically, it allows us to find deeper meaning in all of the religions and ideas and philosophies, because we start seeing through the eyes of the realized individuals that these wonderful thoughts rose from. And the more we dive into that awareness, the more year after year we're confronted by this, wow, this is what Buddha was on about under the Bodhi tree. This is what Moses was experiencing. This is what Christ was experiencing. This is what the saints were trying to communicate. You begin to see in all of the language, through all of these elevated individuals, you begin to see what they're pointing to. The more and more you come to your own direct experience. And yet all of the words that they said, they can't capture that awareness. They can't capture reality. They can't put God in a box. God is way beyond our ability to understand and to know. And, again, paradoxically, we know God when we realize that we have to fall into a state of not knowing. We have to let everything go. And that's really what all the practices are about. They're about letting everything go. And if you look at the apex of all the highest point, the elevated point of all the different religions, there's this place where they enter into silence, be still and know that I am God. That sums it up, doesn't it? Be still and know that I am God. In Buddhism, we're uprooting all of the thoughts and the ideas, the labeling, and coming into this state of present moment. In Advaita Vedanta, we're looking at our consciousness. It's a direct inquiry into our nature. We just keep staring at awareness. It's so incredible that within you, the path is there within you already. It doesn't matter whether you're in a jungle and you've never heard a single word from another human being. The path is with you because it's your own nature. It's available to you as a Hindu, as a Buddhist, as someone who's Jewish or Muslim or Christian. Like that state of presence is something that is a part of each and every one of our experience. And it's a shame that not everyone can realize this, because in this awareness there is no tribalism. There's no self and other. You look at all the problems in the world today, it's like I'm me and you're you. It's about separation, and what we're divided by are the thoughts and the ideas, the cultures that have been created, which are all wonderful. But now we're having this coming together, this clash of all these civilizations, the internet, everything's hitting together at once. And if we're going to find inner peace, we need to find awareness. But if we're going to find outer peace as a world, we need to find common narrative. We need to find a way of communicating and being. We need to find a spirituality that allows me to sit with someone who's Muslim or Christian or Jewish or Hindu or Buddhist or no religion at all, and find the common thread. Find what is the common language. And it's this that binds us. It's this that's able to heal and resolve all of the problems of separation. That's the thing, is we're all suffering within ourselves with separation. We're all suffering within our world from ideas of separation. And it seems that all of the things that we have, the TV and all of the fast pace of life and work, it all is a great way to not be mindful, to not be present, to not be in this moment. We've come away from lives that were far more simpler, that were far more connected to nature. And we need to start going back to that. If you want to find out what being in the now is like, just go and sit in the woods and just stay there. Try and not be in the now. Try and not be in the now. So the nature can be a wonderful tool for bringing us into this moment. And nature understands already. Nature's already free from concepts and ideas. But when we're in this very, very busy life, through understanding our nature, through coming back to true reality of our being, our beingness, our consciousness, our awareness. By knowing ourselves as that, then we can find this nowness when we're on a busy train or in a crowd or, you know, in the middle of a relationship breakup or in our grief. So try and make the now your religion. Try and make your direct experience the path. And don't get dogmatic about it. It's very easy then, isn't it, to think, well, now I know and everyone else does. We have to be able to have an openness to understand that people have their own ways of finding their spirituality. It's very easy to fall into a, you know, this way is better, but actually what we should find when we come into this open awareness and our own direct experience, like I said, is this togetherness that we have with people. And we can listen to the Hindu and the Buddhist and the Christian and the Jew and the Muslim talk about their spirituality and their relationship with reality. And we can, although they might not even understand how it brings them to presence and now, we can start seeing the dynamics of their faith, how they find their quietness, how they find their now, and how they bring this loving kindness up. If you know, lots of people say, how do you bring this state of loving compassion and service up? But actually coming into that silence, coming into our awareness, being aware of being aware, it's the most powerful spiritual practice. When we come into that awareness, the ego is completely undermined. It starts to lose its hold on the mind. And then what happens, and I love the Buddhist word for this, bodhicitta, you know, which means the spontaneous wish for all beings to be free from suffering. You know, and that the spontaneous wish, it's a spontaneous arising from the quiet mind. It's not something that needs to be engineered. We can try and be compassionate, we can try and be loving and have lots of tools to do that, but in its proper sense, what they call absolute bodhicitta, it's a natural arising that rises up. It's this that's Christ, it's this that's Buddha, it's this that the desert fathers are speaking of, it's this that the yogis are experiencing. So these two aspects of the path of bringing ourselves into absolute quietness and allowing this loving kindness to arise. And you'll find that's at the core of every you know, elevated pathway within all of our different religions and frameworks. You'll find this inner dynamics, and you'll be able to see when people are talking, I can see how the dynamics are acting in your particular path. So it's, you know, like you were saying, you know, what you're seeking is already there. You are what you're seeking. The solutions to all of our problems, individually, culturally, society, are our own nature. The key is within us. So then there is only silence. There's just wholeness here. My thoughts are just ripples. Consciousness gently freezing into a shape and then disappearing. And how wonderful thought is. Thought no longer distracts me from my awareness, because I'm aware of thought and emotion. I'm aware of thought as it arises. Thought is reflecting my awareness back at me. Emotion, even the most difficult emotions, I'm aware of them. Each thought, each emotion is an affirmation of my awareness. If we just notice that in that moment we're aware of it and allow ourselves to experience it, allow yourself to feel the things that you're feeling, whether it's grief, sadness, joy, anger, let it have its space, but meet it with peace, meet it with openness. So in the talk afterwards, we'll have questions about you know, if something's come up about this, or if there's another aspect of being in the now that, if you've been practicing this, if any obstacles have come up. But yeah, do join us, because it's through the questions that the teaching arises. It's one thing to talk and tell you where I'm coming from, but it's nicer to hear where you are, and you know, where you are on the path, because then we can allow the path to meet us. You know, within each of you, you've got your own ideas, your own philosophies, your religions, your ways of seeing and ways of being, and it's about how you can find presence and awareness in amongst those. So yeah, do join us for this Q&A afterwards. So I hope that's okay, Amy, for your talk on being in the now.
That's beautiful. There were so many quotable moments here today. I tried to get some of them down. I was being in the moment.
And then, but after the music and the prayer, I was ready to sit there. I could have sat in silence then for a long time. It was wonderful to see your the dynamics of your path, what you're bringing together here, and how you get people into that state of presence through the music, through the pointing. You know, I'm not this, I'm that, I am light, I am light. I mean, awareness is light, isn't it? I mean, it's illuminating everything. You're illuminating everything. You're effortlessly aware of everything. It is light. It's already what we are. So it was interesting to see the dynamics of your path here.
Yeah, everybody's version. We can learn from everybody's version. That's how I feel. You know, when you spoke to this, you know, try what did you say? Try not to don't get dogmatic about it. You said try to make the now your religion and yet don't get dogmatic about it.
It's very hard. You'll easily do it. We all do it. I mean, when I first encountered this, I was like, this is it. The path is inside. Forget everything else. And then you end up turning it into a framework of understanding, and you lose your looseness within it. And you know, what we need, especially what the world needs at the moment, is to make sure that wherever we are, in whatever our philosophy or faith or none at all, is that we're in a place where we can be a bridge for people, and where we can hold space for everyone's experience rather than denying their experience. There's a lot of you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, and it creates a closeness. And I think we all have a responsibility to have openness now.
Well, you know, that's why we connect so well. I love the comment about the bridge, because I feel it's such an important piece for us to remember, because we can get dogmatic about we have the answers, we know the way, our way is the right way, and that's really the crux of any conflict, and brings us to this separation, this problem of separation. I think I took too many notes. I'm not going to be able to maybe find where I wrote that, but you were talking about the experience of being separate, having that. And that's really where we get off track. And you said being aware of being aware, bring ourselves into the quietness, into the quietness. Yeah, and allowing loving kindness to arise. What did you say about that? You are what you're seeking. Bring ourselves into the absolute quietness, and then allow loving kindness to rise. I think that's the message, you know, when we talk to, learn from all the great masters. That's the space to be. And I love how you mentioned, you're just pointing to, you're just pointing.
Yeah. And how do you get other people in? I mean, I've learned from teaching through lots of different lenses. Different things work for different people. There was a man who's really struggling with something, and the meditation is just not an option. Prayer was not an option, and it was very limited in in how he would experience, spirituality. And in the end, for him, we found a psalm that he would say, and he would fall into the place that says, I say this, and I feel safe, and I feel still, and I feel God with me, and I feel everything's going to be all right. And that was what brought him into peace. And then when he sat in that peace, it's just sit there now, just say the psalm, and then just sit and just be, like listening to Brittany's music. I mean, the voice as well, as the words get you into that space.
Yes.
Find out what it is for you. I mean, it might be a run. Let's not get too dogmatic about how you get into it.
Yeah.
Some of the most advanced practitioners I know, they don't identify sometimes as spiritual. They've got themselves to the point where life is just happening, and in each and every moment, whether they're chopping vegetables or running or whatever, is about coming into just simple presence with what's arising.
Yeah, and the more you're able to be in that space throughout the day is the practice of your, I mean, spirituality, but that is your life then. That is your
And the beauty of it is, if we loosen up and we don't get so dogmatic about it, then it becomes all about the revelation of our own path within everyone and everything that we meet. We turn up places, and it's not about, do I agree with you? Do I not agree with you? It's like, where do I find the sense of togetherness here? Where do I find the common threads? And how in this environment do we love each other? How in this environment do we love each other? I was listening to a talk at church today, and the canon was saying, we should be in a position where people look at us and say, wow, how do they love each other like this? Look at how they love each other. And it's that we have to find when because we're in such different environments with such different people. I don't know about where you are now, but I'm in Windsor, and I will have a conversation. I think would say in the last 3 days I've spoken to a Sikh, a Muslim, a Jewish person, a Christian, a Buddhist, and I have to learn how to orientate myself within all those environments. And the best way of doing it is by finding those common threads, and really they're all there. It's just whether we want to see them or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a choice, I feel. I'm the same. I operate in that same vein that you do, where I'm always looking for the commonality and the bridge, and being in that space of, we might have a different way of living or different religion, and yet there is this common our hearts, our souls. Like, I love you to a depth, and being able to tune into that. And that's really, I think, where that trust in the now moment comes from. We can't trust if we are being so locked into our we're right, and because then it's always like this other piece there's the separation
There's
piece.
Separation, and if we shut ourselves off from others in that way, then we create more and more separation. And if you look at some of the more ideologically dangerous elements of the human mind, they develop through people experiencing a lack of safety, otherness, separation. And so the more we foster that, the worse it becomes. To be able to liberate the mind from our own extremism completely. I mean, we're often pointing, oh, this one's extreme and that one's extreme, but where is our extremism? Where do we huckle down and go, no, like I know this and you don't?
Yes. Yeah. We do. We have to liberate the mind to experience the now. We absolutely must.
And it's that when we contract in that sense of ego, and there's no safety, and there's all of the panic, the contraction, and all of this, then we start clinging on to not our awareness, which we find in peace. We start to try and cling on to our thoughts and our emotions and our philosophies and our ideologies, and we get locked into this kind of prison, and then we that we're trapped in, but we're also trying to assert it onto everyone else, and it's too much.
You said moving lightly through spirituality, and that solves the problem of separation. And don't try to stop creating the concepts, just not resisting the experience, just being with. And I love that too, because that's really healing, right? With whatever you're experiencing, whether it's grief or whatever you're going through, is to be with it is the way to get to the healing of it, right? So I'm sure there's a lot of don't resist it, right? Thank you, Carol, for taking some of these notes. Dennis says, thank you. Carol says, OMG, this was so wonderful. I didn't take a ton of notes because I was simply absorbing. I figured that was what was going on. Thank you for the reminder. Luinda says, my goal is to let go of past errors and fears of future. Going into the present moment is to bring more peace and ability to enjoy my life. Michael J says, always present, never absent. I am. Carol says, I love you, Cornelius. Yes, I'm totally relate to you with unity of all spiritual parts. Michael J says, let go of time. Yeah. Wow, no resisting, huge lesson. Amen. Yes, I'm so grateful that we're all here together. So now, in about a little less than 15 minutes, jump into the Zoom link. I'm going to drop it here. Actually, do I have it copied on I'm going to copy it and bring it and drop it right here in the chat. And you can jump right into the Zoom room for a deeper dive here and Q&A, and it's going to be rich because Cornelius is here. And
Look forward to it.
you have a little glimpse into this amazing being, and you can have some more time with him right now in the workshop link for an hour. I'm dropping it right now in the feed. There it goes. And it's also on our website, unityinspiredliving.org. You'll see a picture of Brittany and Cornelius and then the link right in there. So hydrate, get a snack, whatever you need to do to get yourself ready, and then pop in there to the link. Remember, everybody's invited. So everybody is welcome to join us in there. So which one is that? Which
chirping didn't bother you? She's there. Yes.
No, I only heard it a couple times, and it's very sweet. I used to have a cat, and every time I got online, he'd be sleeping on the bed, and as soon as I got online, he'd wake up and be in my lap. So very sweet. They feel the energy, I think that's what happens. So.
And they are in the moment. Whatever they're feeling or whatever's going on is whatever's going on. I often think they're better at it than us.
Yeah, we can learn a lot from the animals. So Cornelius offers retreats, one-on-one time. So do you have the website, or we can drop it here in the chat? And
yeah, bodhimaya.com.
Okay, that's how you can find and connect with Cornelius.
I'll put it in the chat.
Amazing. He also has Instagram, so if you want to connect there and follow him there. And yeah, amazing soul here. We're so grateful that you are here with us today.
No,
and everybody, remember that if you're feeling refreshed, restored, revitalized, had a great experience today, please consider having an energetic exchange with us. unityinspiredliving.org on our giving page. We are so grateful for all the donations. I know that this is how Cornelius operates as well, and it offers us the ability to continue reaching out and sharing the love and being the bridge in the world. So thank you for your generous contributions. We are going to close with the prayer of divine awakening. And you have it in the chat. Okay, good. And then we will move over to our Zoom room for our workshop. I think we're sharing. Yeah, are we the prayer of divine awakening? I invite you to feel this, speak this, make this your own. It's a new day, a beautiful day, a new beginning. I embrace this day with new eyes, an open heart, and expansive mind. I choose my vibrational frequency deliberately and consciously, harmonizing with life's events. I am receptive to source energy, divine guidance, and wisdom available to me at all times. I commit to serve unconditional love fully and completely. I move forward in a state of appreciation, an extension of the one magnificent power and presence. I am sovereign, whole, and free, claiming dominion over my life as I go in peace and awaken to my divinity. And so it is. Ashe. Amen. Thank you, beloveds, for being here. I say, shine on, bright ones. Blessings, blessings. We will see you just in about 10 minutes in the Zoom room. Thank you, Cornelius. We are tremendously grateful for you.
My pleasure, pleasure.
Blessings, everybody.
Join us and we'll have a bit of a deeper dive. So I'll see those of you that are joining us in a couple of minutes.
Dive into the Zoom room for the deep dive.
See you soon.
Blessings, everybody.